Yeah, Razumi, Nanto, na undo Jamonda. He would never forsake you. Onuna Juna, Odebe Mono, Insusia, Odebe Mono, Aquanchira, Odebe Mono. You get to a place where you are not expecting. So Radini, Nanto, Shusha seek for him and you find him. And when you find him, you will be a happy person. So Rajimi, my mobile nada. Yes, I want to. I mean, we are safe for a purpose. When I say seek for his knowledge and his wisdom. Knowledge and wisdom are different. Wisdom can never come to your life except you know who God is. And wisdom can never come into your life except you know God. Also, the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Nyame hu suru na wa hu brase. Jesus, learn of me, I'm meek and gentle. Isonuma. Na yin nantua. Idina who when the word idin Jesus no, if you accept it in your life, you'll be a different person. Bia obi into mukon, go to Mako. Internet radio station or is there to help you. Or wow, maybe I say. Radio station is there to enlighten you to know who you are. Nobody. Made more fundamental knowledge. Boss, more fundamental knowledge. But the spiritual knowledge, how to live on this universe. Except God. So when none to honor more power, you are not going to get it. Internet Solomon or Bompa Kachi Radide, Maminyansa, Namintum, Fanshaw mind. Wisdom can never be given to anybody. But knowledge is the Busian. You can learn knowledge by learning how to be a carpenter, learning how to be a mason, doctor, engineer. But nobody will be a doctor or engineer or a politician, and now a suffer. Bona ni nyama yeno oni manyame peno enko. When you have the fear of God, nyame the wisdom no eka knowledge no. Get the knowledge of God, which is the wisdom. Nansane butum in the knowledge of God. You obey his words. You walk according to his words. And son of the Amon. Internet radio station, I'm here just to help you. Martin, maybe I say na ani yankopon wan na to ye. Ama nyame mo so da wa brabo no wa ye. Holy station that bring you closer to God. Or no ba bedu baby nyame wa na nyame ahwo no afro. Na mo so da onyo ye no onyo aye. Unless you understand God. Man shini yesu a obi bedada wa adwen. And they are in the system. The Bible says, no one that dying. They are in the system. And you know them by their fruits. What may we are seeing how many do any kind. Moaye no osenasi osaye. Ofem Reverend Samuel KWEKU ACKOM. And then come on, no be no matuni day. What is common sense? Common sense. Common sense. You have to take the word you are our friend common sense. Emma Obimukra Mpono or the AKAN was the common sense family. Well, Damna won wajune kachiro common sense family. Oh yeah. There did no atodo today. Mr. Me a Christian. Me a Christian am about today. You wow me a bema my brabo today. Me your ba my brabo today. Me a fancy. If I didn't identify them here, Fanti, something should identify you. Now, as an identification, Babano. Now, let's sorry who you. We know so much now. We learn knowledge, common sense. Can never come into your life without the help of somebody. Common sense. What to assassinate the bank? Never more common sense. It's impossible. Somebody have to teach you. It's a knowledge. And or train as a teacher to teach. Obi will train how to be a doctor. No, also helpful. Obi so different. Abrabo ye bonyinara. Obi enu abaka chem de no or one bay. No him the maji. No way. No way. No way. Nobody. Empa obo to my challenge him there. Oh, me wo adi. Empa kono is born. Yena ye basa no ebusuan baby. Even though maybe a developer, maybe a wakotono, the area. You maybe in Kodenima, baby or man or one would be or man in him. How did that country and the continent have been brought up by their great fathers and mothers. Now the more man to me develop. Knowledge, you have to impart knowledge to people. Into the Bible says, if you don't know something, we are nothing. Knowledge had to be given to you by somebody. And you said that knowledge number you the right knowledge and so into my more the right knowledge, nothing out of it. Internet can Proverbs 22:6 ose tete uba wo nemofra bem amunina one done if you why that message internet onyankopon de nan ose mon chechire won teaching them about Matthew chapter 28 20 also teaching them. Onipa one chile naga oh man yede onyim no obiara nim me ameka say the way I made a program kakra na me suan na me de no but obi sam obi ni nyimdzi wo radio program sam kra dan aye esado gradually malane menim radio ABA menim misuan ifi bi nyame bi a waye radio obi na wayo nempo starting no there were lapses no be so starting na there were lapses no wakaka boma na wode ko nim ye gudu until thy kingdom come. Until I will be often upgrading. Me yadi me do han me de yame be account na yakwenim. America, I yes America waku anima. There are lapses. Yame be ma African po yebutuma ya won and obi ani wi asa obakande onimi nyansa so onim bibia so bi no. Yakupon sheda no yendam. Se nipa baako onimi oye nyansafu asase nyina do a nipa e wo problem. Nta wo wadwen de aye glass here what they share obi so be ye different thing na otra wo de no ona enwere abefu. That is how life is. That's the way nya obi mo ambo wa nko onim ebi am say abrofo no omo nsan o you see abrofo no omo nsan bibiem but umo bibia wakoto no na ma aye de wako enim bibia we gyanom wonanom the way otu ohun siwo de yen hihye nyame bia oboboa yen nananom ne yen madachi. Some of them sacrifice. Obimpo wakutuempo anje obimpo in many when you look, you let us sit every country that has developed there. How did they make it? They sacrifice. They obey the rule. Once away saying so what Kobwa na Japan, they are in America and Japan. Or set the land if it was no untumi so krom untumi yahwe. But when you go America no, we see ye maybe one no that could develop okro. MSCCano, Japan is among kra a develop. The embassy said that when it comes to Africa, yeah, how do you know? When it comes to Africa, one way we see nyama wa brochia when you zine in wakwa den. But do they add value to the development of their country? Did they think of their generation would to become home? Because I didn't yen papa kutrimu. The Biano say, I brought for no day, Christosum, what the Bano, and I'm Yanu be Warankasa, summon some that one nanu, a Janu, a Yabosum Namusum, Bonsum ye Tabosum no so, we gramolai. You are not serving the gods that you believe, say, or Yamia or Bolong. You don't know him. You are not faithful to him. You are doing things that contrary to the practice of the abosom. The abosom, so it's your belief. What about the Muslims? What about Namayana? Maybe what you learn, Usiano, you are not doing exactly as it is. Yamfan Christosum, Yamfan Trinche, Yamfan Muslim Trinche, Yamfa yet tradition, a membrane, from Trinche. If we are constitution, Krama, Yasisha, my own day, Yen this one, Obi this one. Some people come, they just nyafu. No, I mess the whole country. No, Maya yet see the Ghana. You will be nyafu IMF Begina Shayeduma. What the hell? And so the many people will be more rapids. Remember, made them, so, and I'm there, I do so all femininity. The ditchy. The meaning of common sense. What is common sense? Also good sense and sound judgment in a particular matters. That means a common sense or two. Additionally, you are a politician. Are you doing exactly politicians should do? Do you understand the meaning of being a politician? Do you understand the meaning of me a suffer? Do you understand the meaning of me a Muslim? Do you understand the meaning of maybe a tradition? Abosumidi. Obiso ono jinuhudi de on suminyami. That's, do you understand it? Ansana butum atsi nyamaya mibubodi. Tisaden mibubodi. Tisaden eswini. Me Christoni. Bia me wono. Many Muslim for many ubia on jinyamindi wo ubia ono oye. How do I link with these people? You have to use your common sense so that you have good relationship with those. You can't kill those people, you can't drive them away. Adibiani yebiano or sit adani yenasi, unoffend common sense. And come out with the good result and bring peace. A good result to produce a good standard. Me a carpenter, my yegumano, me yegumano, osha yegumano, so wow. Me see that man, pakunis, shed that so wow. Daddy, my papa. A doctor, a yalafuna shannon, or yalafunangasa, or tumukatira, wow, Dr. D. Do people tell you that? A doctor, we don't care. You don't assess. Common sense is something somebody who has a good sense and a sound in a particular matter. Azani yeno ewo hu nyinzi na de itu de adwene buburu ne hu de azami ye result ni. Have you able to do that? And any biara mostly if you're Africa, some people open a business no operate on chassis and so also operate a business. Yamebo anuku anani nwebi anani yankubi man bossa hey memo 2,000 Ghana cedi for a business. Or start a business kanebana. He's thinking of how mamen koto asasi mamen koto empobwa men koto fresh. Forgetting that it's Ghana 2,000 Ghana cedi na okita na odi a business mo. Anyama na okote no odidi. We don't know how many days or week or month nyama na okote no obesa. Na dami de nyina no be didi wadan botua se wo yira ba ma chop money. Wo kuna be support ofie. You have to add all these things. Maybe our profit all them 2,000 or 200 Ghana cedi. Until who yamani go on one time you now start need. Until before I don't know overturn a room. And you don't have the common sense for the business. Until when it comes to that, mother kind of I be fun and watch change can what they call. I be fun to change because you did not add all those things. The 200 Ghana cedi no good now profit. No. When you eat, you spend more than that 200 cedis now. You are entering into your capital. You real capital anymore. That's why Bosa na koboya. Bosa no we if there. Bosa no say Bosa na koboya 2,000 Ghana cedi. Every month you have to pay baby. 10 Ghana cedi. And then 50 out of the 200. See, you have to all these things. That is called common sense. Nyamfaso wadinu. Nyamfaso na be nyam so o se hwenye me bebre. Me ye carpenter ni. Me ye gua. Meji 100 Ghana cedi. Me to my fine. How many days? Nya amfa. How many? Ahin ezi. Ahin spend the minyamina what them profit na carpentry job na agent. The minyamina you have to add it. And son, I started the age man. Into within 2 days and also bombarded the dam a guano a year because I am win an impana imagine when Joe Kawa you are in debt. Which I am unfortunately Yarimpo no ababo. Are you following? All these are part of common sense in doing everything that you are doing. That's one for common sense and two. No one share back no carpenter adding common sense to the job. Even if you are talking to a friend, why are you talking to him? You want business, what is called? Always the customers are right. You know why? Say the customer no wa moto words na nyamana akosi sawe be store are useless. Yes, some of customers may be biased or to reduce selling things, but you have to use your common sense to win him or her. person went to my 100 year. Or other okay, them coffin or what on man. Business. It's more a business no go up, but we don't get people into my 100 with the wisdom. And the wisdom it's only God can give it to you. Are you with me? It's Solomon. Because he had a throne. Painful didn't him. Awful didn't him and son on Solomon or but once he has got a throne or source, and those people know he had to be with them, but also use the wisdom to handle them. Are you with me? You see, and the guy being also a friend of common sense. He don't know the adjective for other to know a common sense farmer. He don't know what he's doing. Even you ask him who common sense because I know common sense, not gonna be a welder. I know something about welding job, fabrication. When you give me the job, I can do anything to the perfect. Eba asofudi so a metuma kira otere mesi me kira we ya. Eba security job metuma mo, because all these three things krumpo kampo. Eba nurse assistant my own training me but on kira me superior. There's somebody on putting him this same. Damna brapote common sense no. Wono baby a monsieur kodunu. Only me common sense. Obisu atra baby a me so no wono. The moment I have to move forward, move into yako school, I start class 1, yaba crèche yaba. Then so if they so yaba class 1, then primary yako GSS, from GSS, SS to university. You learn. Oh, yes, but until some school could do GSS. That's where my common sense land. What I mean is or knowledge. That's a mean you'll be more woman make SSR. Meaning you add value. Mean you'll be more of woman make university. Meaning you so. It when I meet Obia or primary, Obia or GSS. Obi or SS near Marco University. Say a town in Gomorrah, you see contribution will be high. On me answer that be education, Monsieur. You able to. The problem is the leaders have to grow triumphant welding. Men Gina baby Gina, you have to move forward. There should be a group of people who upgrade. And now the man who called that, she said the man painful. One way fabricating, one fabricating who that's one way fabricating who aluminium, one way fabricating who India. Those places then nobody didn't you pay anything. How are we going to upgrade it? Make more research? No, I can't. No, I examples bear 10, not 10. I had the coronavirus here be warp a drew. Warp a drew more the swan into walk a come with Sibo. You didn't buy any example. Walk a come who back more benyano on your 100%. Let us come. Maybe a year was assassinated on your 100%. Yet, yeah, 70, 80, internet drubia or more. What's it? There are side effects. Now, the side effect is lower than the benefits. Am I saying something wisdom to your life? You Zibiara Yesu Biano on your 100%. It has it. Now the problem now hanging there. Africa, that my Africa, yen to me abroad in seeing there. Yeah, again there, you better develop more. But what some of them doing there, sika. You only think of money. A human already, instead of add value to go forward, to move abrabomo, he's thinking of money. Yes, his car, but I see it to me. That's how my life started. When I was in Ghana, without borrowing money, because bank what Jimmy to me there, member loan, but me share loan. And a human man, one fear mean to me, because me just gonna require the marketing to them. I have to put all this into it. The patronize of products, my boka into my loan. But I started doing my own small way, making business crack. But Misha, the Misha, my expense is more than the income. The income is very low. Maybe okay. But people are not patronizing more. The marketing is very, very weak. Into me call loan now. Mr. Case Canada, but my boka. I'll pay my rent. Maybe unfortunately, when you maybe I'm here. It is them common sense in whatever you are doing now. But I call you loan, Boboka. One thing about can be funa. Are you following what I'm saying? Before you go beyond that, or see a human ankasan or say tasi. Now it's as you start small, abutal on for giddy. You are in Iska, I start kakra, and you'll be and Nimbuakakra, and then could the skakakra more there for so way. You have to use your common sense so that scanner that mon a buscana mobile. Man, yafu, got to turn to my Koto TV, Cotton pa, Koto fridge. You put a car in the way. When you have done nothing. Are you with me? When you come to religion now, Ubia won suma also. Ubia won sum. Baby, I may swim Bible record. Ubi akoninim sem. Namna additionate. Ubi ni asasi do bakade. Me de minim dia me woni nyina. If you crowd the final person no say we sua de ewie no. Oye oga no. Onu po wi onu baby a. Ntina King Solomon o say Nyankopon mami nyansa. That one when God will give it to you, is humility. When I give you whatever you are requesting now, how are you going to handle people? Last time we visited Nyami de Obonsam or higher. Why there God should not get rid of Obonsam? I say, look, we are for that. If you cry no Obonsam or Ompo, you be Yami. We don't regard God because what wouldn't Papa and Mammy was cat? Obano, Dion Ho, the Jumo, Scour, Bibu Yebiano. Oh, fine. Why is over Hano? Ye or Buafu Bira, baby. Inti only Yamen boy who wa queen name. Be all yet, or Mamma on Yemro, and family. One, only there. Joseph, the brother's torn. Koma or bring maybe a friend Spotify and I'm one. Wakoye slave or this you wakoye slave. And na ordinary who brasina okitano or yasun my papa ni ajino. Not any fee na shenansa. Na papa na sene there me to kwayaba. Na oka there uru to kwayaba no. Sana Joseph onemi na maame no ni gino. Na maame ne said de sia me renew wono manage ho enyime mra manyime yi bia no problem. Now master no day boy day. But Joseph was thinking something. Unoften common sense. When Joseph refused, obey a problem. On the man, so yankita obey a problem. Two things obey a problem. One, say, was set my men no request. My many boo bakache yuku and so why disappointing. What the woman would do in there. Sorting them there. Sorting them there. And what I'm going to do to you there, egu minimas to my report. And our report now, do you know the question? Nisu na bank. There Joseph yen in Pabona. Anka it will be worse. The common sense has work. Until Joseph refused the only man and be yankita. So what this man did in there, he threw Joseph into prison. When they threw him into prison, to get reform, they put you in the prison to reform you and come back to society and be a good person again. But I also said, Joseph in Mami yankita. One day, because when the two start having Kitahonjia, forget themselves. Joseph, okay, I'm okay, but Oban no money chance. Obahana, it gives you a signal that there's something wrong somewhere. Now the Oban Subamesa, and then so obe behave maybe one have Berman not me catch you there. When also Joseph his life destroyed. And with common sense, you have to go beyond. Now, answer about to my beyond this thing. Just say RADIIO wafa. Until Joseph catch your ban in there, may ye bonitia or young coupon. Are you with me? Supreme. So I be a brother deal. Then many opportunity to me master na yellow permasem. Miss Kelly, wait my son quite. So who you master who you and who a block with that. I would need on offering common and judge and come out with a good result for your sake. If God says, man, for be here, if for your own good, the coffin, know what will happen. Say, Goku, or that's what you read the Bible, okay? If you cry the Bible, put you are, yeah. Unia? Oh my Ghana, you want some very. We have to use our common sense to come together. Say a Christian, say a Muslim, say a Buddhist, say something. Until you want freedom of worship. Freedom of worship. Say Muslim in Muslim, so a papu, or you are not awful the woman. I remember. Obi to Gary, no way. More, that's what he has. No, I won't wait. At Garin, the mobile will be super kind of mempe. Honestly, tell Gary you. So am I saying something good in your life? It's only common sense is something that you apply. And adibia ni biano also bomodi de ebet adani enase. Don't allow somebody to take advantage of you. For example, maybe no we can maybe see very good. Also be someone that let me be why do I become or for what? Or maybe also me be me also me or Benny be almost implement being in Nanto. Or baby almost implement your bar because memo buquasia and then so or pest stress. Common sense may be good. But have you asked yourself the consequence behind it? The common sense. Everything piano or what the other side. Everything that we do, if you aside. It remember when different something. Book the speed book or bathroom. Onya, learn and study whatever you are doing. Ask questions. You don't go to church. For example, remember me, Christopher. When you go to church, you don't sit down. There must often be chances are in the Bible. So if you are tighter, okay, or you're wrong. Why are you paying the tithe? And where do you send the tithe? Are you to give it to the pastor or to send it to the house stronghold of God? Bible says, "Mofa esuzudunumra me yankupo akrabia." When you read Malachi chapter 3, that's often a secure tight man, because I am wrong. You don't have the common sense in certain things. Me Christo ni ka Christo asam. Obi onye Christo ni no. So obi some question wo and there will be some question on no best wa be Christo ni. But on be some question on you may argue. Are you? So when you are a Christian, first a parent you may a debater. Bible mommy says that I should not argue. That should come into your common sense there. Bible a caution there. A Christian, you should not argue on the word of God, because or you only have to answer. I would no be better no argue. Don't do that. It can 2 Timothy chapter 2:14. Never argue on the word of God. Because we are messiano, do baby. Internet, the fivefold ministry, you are apostle, you are prophets, and you are evangelist, and you are pastor, and you are teacher. Obi how you teacher no. They dine or chere on your pastor. He teaches the word of God, but he can't be a pastor. Or be a teacher, he can't be evangelist. Or be a teacher of the word, but he can't be a prophet. Or be a teacher or your apostle. So any of these things, you have to learn. Are you following me? How you can be apostle or a pastor or a prophet or this thing. You have to study and understand. When he's come to ask you a question, a question will be so he's talking about prophetic message. What's all your pastor? Only your prophet. How are you going to answer? Even within the prophetic, you Your group. It's what don't go there. Obiti there, Elijah. She may see Elijah afraid Jack was so Jack by mob bill like for 700 or discipline one. Or the baby no gives him a chasing because she cave him. He must somehow catch a coupon. Also, Yami. You must have Yami, you know. Also, Elijah. You are not my only prophet left. I have 7,000 prophets. I want my system and nobody knows them. Even they have not even tested anything. 7,000. That is where you are. Somebody may overtake you. Are you with me? I know somebody may even ahead of me. But if I want to learn more, I have to learn. Solomon also give me wisdom so that I can govern your people. And that wisdom, God would God gives to those who fear him. The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Are you with me? It him as a Christian. So also a bonfire. What's the meaning of prayer? Or say word or say chassis and sunny pim ayini. You may be and the understanding and the meaning of it. Prayer is a communicating between you and God. Number one. Who is God? More simple A. Who is God? The Supreme. You are going before him and put your request before him. How do you go to him? Maybe so. When the local crowd, oh papa, the kunim akokansam, and now boss, and then one hen or hen, the kunim akokansam. How do you present yourself? Maybe sir, a question. You see, the common sense in doing certain things, or lack a lot of people. And the yasu yen ye adza yebusuya. You don't ask questions. So we do it, and we don't get benefit. Bible says yebisa, yes, anka. James, also, you ask, you pray, and you don't get the answers because again in Susina, Shena, Eginana, this the pattern of God. God is not going to answer the can't RADIIO. It wasn't pipe, but I don't know how they got to know that. So I did. So I potru, so I actually, so I woo, so I there. I don't know. Because with my research from the Bible, let somebody come and prove me beyond the Bible. Because Jesus na made one can be. The prophets are what being in army won't be our kind of empire. Moses, one can be. Abraham, one can be. Elijah, one more than empire be. Jesus na ye did na what is learn of me, no man who the can be. No bad then them a number. We could quote 1 Corinthians chapter 14. Until where then I say, Onya, let us study the word of God. No more. If you study it and understand, use your common sense to adjust the sound of it. According to Payne, it was a good Abraham has na them Nako supreme nyamia oye nyameno. Only you do go up and down. You just unnecessary. Do you think God is going to answer you? And that bonfire, your result is not coming. I bisa Hannah. I bisa on he Hezekiah. the way he set himself and went to God to ask him something. Unia, let us go down and ask questions and understand what you are doing. Into baby, I don't know. Obi so atra. Into you want to move, learn. It do not interfere. Yankopon say, suffer me, catch me. Na me Yankopon meti. Have you been doing that? You don't do it. Nakophobia. Oye Christo new. Utufu anafa. No, don't do that. So a Christian or a child club also or child alongside with what the Bible is saying. In the Bible, so we should not argue with any honoring Yaminasam. Don't argue. Obisi Christ is more fun in the Mara. Obisi Christ will want fun. You see, let it take. But I would give it there, Christ will. If you don't understand, some Moroccans say, or full there, or a corrector, or a non-casam. Emi, why you be the minister there? Okay, oh, say Jesus one on answers or fabricating, no problem. What's all common sense on him more? Come out. Are you a carpenter? Are you a mason? Common sense or a knowledge or a unity, you acquire a knowledge. What knowledge are you have acquired? Okay, you find the be a knowledge, common sense, no a spiritual common sense. Unye Christian, unye Muslim, unye a Jew, unye science, unye. Where do you fall? Common sense, no way. Because you're a carpenter, you're a mason, you're a welder, you're doctors, you're engineers. Wait, which one do you fall? Are you a carpenter? Are you a mason? Are you a welder? Are you a doctor? I won't fall any of these. Religions, you don't fall any of them. Then you start accusing. You don't know anything. Then you start Christopher, so when you're to debate on that person. Common sense is a knowledge. Your physical knowledge, common sense, and your spiritual knowledge, only wisdom. There were two things. Common sense in to be a carpenter, mason, doctor, those things. But when it comes to spiritual side, common sense. Bible says the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. It be Africa. The reason why Africa we don't learn. And you devote yourself. We think of money. Yes, you know pesca. You manage money gina. You gina scan baba. The guy one tell me, yeah. Now me pala me buy video library or Ghana. Na she share na we na me pe see video they start. And then baby am if you so me ono or you be a Nigeria pa nti. Also me Nigeria movies bi wo na go be 10 bi wo. So matter so no problem. Na me try. And let me share because me hono my share bi wo my computer and me phone calls. The one about no video my rent within 2 months. Michelle saying I am. Do you know why? Skana minya wo video main touch. I for Skana ba said into Michelle singing within more than 2-3 months. Why am I? Basically, to me, you ma govumpo mpalameda. Na me ya dami nyame nyina, do you know why? Because on yeme field, inti nyame bi o man ya also koje or a copyright. Obi ni CD na ne rent. Also koje copyright. Na me koje copyright. Me you guy bi wo come to one or a video in. I asked him a lot of questions to add it what I plan to do. Or kind of them. And I follow it. You see, common sense or knowledge. Don't pretend you know everything. Learn more, add more to what you have. The one here, be now, I win different thing. Into make you order them the comment in one. I may go ahead of you. No, I beg you, they cannot. That's how development occur. But when it comes to Africa, I don't want to give it to anybody. And we don't want to ask. And we don't develop. You're a professor. Why can't you make certain things to come to reality? Where are the engineers? Tighten on the edge. They do no yemen. They be an abrofo. Why? Because we don't want to learn. We don't want to learn. Abraham ne company be am no way. Me see a welding work in a company, and I was able to train me director. Me director you bring you. Yeah, bibi. But the way I was able to work, I said somewhere, it looks like you knew the job before. I said, no, I had all here. Because me devote myself there, me share my adati, and it has helped me. Are you following what I'm saying? Don't think of the money, but think of what you are doing. Politician, I bet on them, governor, man. The government won't call for or what, but when it comes to African politicians, some of them are. He said, African, because unsaid, but to be said in me. Common sense is not working. I think this message will help, especially if you want to build a great Ghana. Yepo yempo, yewo Muslims, yewo tradition, yewo one was once. They are all mixed with us. Now, Christopher, ye believe in there. We have to sell what we have to those who don't have. Now, you can't sell something to somebody by insulting, undermining, condemning. No. And yes, I hear Christopher, take advantage of some people. Let us do it and do it well and build Mother Ghana and Africa. I'm reforming saying, oh, Echo Bini Krum, Navy Crown oil citizen. We are a second citizen. You are not first citizen. American crumble. Especially when it comes to India before we go American. So why do you there? Wow, we are American. We catch out there. We are second citizen. You are second citizen. Yeah. Them not it's Naminga now who waba who room. Hey, it's going to be hard. Or normal. Don't allow a foreign to rule you. Because until I see obey unto me yet there were your original person. Are you with me? Yet discriminating. You are not discriminating, but there are maybe also born by. It is sometimes me who Ghana for Chinese woman to gold. Yes, you can do business, but do it in the way. Oh, ankasa ebobo ukro no by. Ghana ni botu mama Chinese will be to insu. Wonso no. Can you go and do it in China? It's impossible. And with our common sense no yejuma. The common sense to protect your freedom is not working. Onya, let us go beyond that. The Omano, Ghana, no. How are we to build Ghana? Learn, ask questions. Don't do what man gin is scabbing, you know, man. The Christian man gin. For example, I don't think of the money, but think of how you transform people's life. If people are transformed in a country, there is peace. Are you with me? There's peace. Create your memories. President Nadu Asede, one my youth no. SS. Within 20 years, the country in Messa. Or my Ghana in Messa. But at the same time, we should go beyond that. As we bring those people in, there are certain things they may need. Obi oma onkoye onpedo ye obi na ejuma opedo setting your own business. There should be a line. Honorable to me say I don't want to do somebody's business. I want to do my own. And if I don't have those things, how can I do it? There should be some money. There should be experts. I will be to guide them. The Madiya. These are the consequences. The Madiya. These are the benefits. And then you see that the country will move and move and move from one step to the second step. Then you are moving. Obia fa oman na kumane there. Oye obi collants. There oye land title. Obe bread ma I don't know. Abra procedures wo and so obi bini black man obe block union. And when we do that, man on God, it put a lot of people outside. Let us follow everything that has been given to us. It's a problem we don't know why. We can amend it. It will be of an amendment or upgrading it. Let us do it. If there is a mistake, we make correction. And the word mistake. You do it, man can make change. No, do it now. Do it, put a lot of system, mayor, how to design the city, how the bus will go, increasingly how to, you see, all these things are some local government have to do it. You see. I don't mention Africa and Ghana. No, they just run to a position and they don't have the common sense on that position. That's our problem. Kakrana waste no crown for yejuma. Kakrana nimidzi kakrana one no other no cramp on for yejuma. And that is our problem. Yeah, development. Yeah, because the system is not helping people to develop. Abrochi, Onsen and Ghana, the same thing. They started the same thing and they move one step to the other. No work, no abrogating, no work with him, no police, no any them, no any them, no cheap, no baby, no I carry, baby, no. Yes, that's life. But then you to me get yo, Nigeria. We are Ghana and you to go a company and a business be out Nigeria. So they are not in Nigeria ni count no way. I own me. But Ghana, Nigeria ni to my banner baby business. Foreigner to my banner baby would have nobody. No, I buy don't we build a country like that. So foreigner number or so in Ghana new or touch company na me Nigeria. You were white director, you were black Nigerian director. Black director, white director. When you know white directors, what's your company? But the rules in them not. If you don't do, you won't get your business. But when it comes to Ghana, like Chinese go to a restaurant without a Ghanaian. Bobo business without a Ghanaian. Don't do that. Yes, Woba, but also instead they allow them to come like that. When we do that, they will destroy your country. Obi omo kita negative mind. Inti or maybe the major, but you know na dream each or the bayard no a different. When you want to know, I say maybe pray. Who is this a Ghanaian director can Obi are all to guarantee Wunsuma register one own two wo one. He would never do it. They say a Ghanaian soon a boy more than no common sense no here. But thinking of the money that you are getting and forgetting about that, wouldn't you be a Wunsunija? The mercury, one day walk on the micro now, wait it. 1 million sumo one of the man Akofayaraman. Unoffended conscience. And when you want to go beyond that, unoffended wisdom. That is the fear of God, the beginning of wisdom. Yamishila, from Reverend Samuel KWEKU, a higher radio GCF. If you have any question, 707-327-2465. 707-327-2465. Our Skype or radio GCF. We you two are bottom or radio GCF USA. Send me message. Or send me message me or me you to me WhatsApp or 707-933-7502. May you and God richly bless you. Bye. Bobo, African Bobo. Yo edit Medina Korean Yaminka Biao Yamiadma Chinaso Yasanishia. Bye bye. Thank you.